All right, everyone. So welcome to this week's Wi-Fi Wednesday. My name is Kevin Z. I am founder and CEO of My Wi-Fi Networks, and we meet here on Facebook Live and Zoom each and every week to talk about the latest and greatest in Wi-Fi marketing, all of our new feature updates, in addition to some major announcements. And this week is no different. I know that we were waiting last week for a long time, but we ran our massive update last week. And for those that missed last week's session, I'll run really quickly through what is new. So we launched our scheduled reports, which, as I mentioned last week, is probably the biggest thing to help automate your business and drive monthly recurring revenue, because all you need to do now is set up a report, type in your client's email, or use the sub-user feature that we have in the client section and said, hey, I want to send a report every Friday that talks about the previous week or the previous month activity. And that is set and forget. You set it up one time and it gets sent to your clients on clockwork. So those of you obviously that sell Wi-Fi marketing know how important it is to continuously remind your clients why they're paying you. You know, every client says, what have you done for me lately? Well, this helps you remind them of that on autopilot. So in addition to that, we squashed a whole ton of bugs on the platform. These are little quirky things that were annoying people. So we've fixed a lot of those. So we actually have a huge pipeline of other suggestions and improvements that we are working on as we speak. So we're obviously continuously improving this platform as we go. We also upgraded our whole system to PHP 7. Without getting into the details, it is literally 2 times as fast, if not faster. It is just blazing fast. So if you haven't seen it recently, go in and check it out at mywifi.io. And scheduled reports, like I mentioned, are now available inside the client section. You'll see a section there called scheduled reports. If you have access to that, you click on the plus and you follow the steps to select the scheduled report that you want to send to your client. How you do that is really easy. You just type in the name of the report. You select the report details. So these are the scheduled reports that you create in advance. We have that new builder that I'll jump into at the end of today's call as well, that you create a custom report, then you select the one that you want to display. And then after you do that, you schedule it. You say, I want it to be sent daily on a certain day of the week or on a certain day of the month. And you can set this up to start and end. So if your client is on an X month contract, you can choose to have the report stop sending after they stop paying you, or whatever that contract that you've negotiated is. So what's new this week is we have a ton of new Zapier templates. Those that use Zapier for automation, you'll be very happy to know that we have a whole bunch of now pre-canned templates that make it easier than ever to link up all the services you like. We're actually going to be coming out with some recipes or some strategies, whatever, blueprints, whatever you want to call them. But essentially, these are Zapier recipes, I guess reuse that word, that allows you to set up a flow of data. So for example, these are just a snapshot of the new templates. So I'll jump to the live section to make it easier to see here. But for example, if you want to send, every time somebody connects to your guest hotspot at your client location, if you want to add them to a HubSpot CRM, if you want to add them into a funnel, so if you use ClickFunnels, you can put them right into the Actionetics funnel. You can subscribe them to a list on iContact. You can add them to your retargeting list on AdRoll. You can add them to become a subscriber on Drip. If you use Slack, or if your client uses Slack and they want to get notified anytime somebody connects or anytime something happens, they can get a Slack notification. You can send SMS messages, not only direct, but also timed messages. For example, here, using this tool, Sly Broadcast, probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen, where if somebody visits a location for the first time or second time, whatever, and you're using SMS login, so you have somebody's phone number now, what you can do is pre-record a message recorded from the owner of the business. So example, John, the owner of John's Pizzeria. And John obviously is not going to personally call every single client that visits his location, but there's no reason why you can't automate it and pretend like he is. So what you do is you have the owner record a voicemail, a quick MP3 file of like, hey, this is John. I just wanted to personally call you and thank you for visiting my restaurant. We really appreciate your business. Would love if you came back. Please, mention my name and get a free slice of apple pie or whatever it is. So John records this message one time, and you set a zap to say that anytime somebody connects 24 hours later or X amount of time later, trigger a Sly Broadcast. And what that will do is it will send a ringless voicemail to that user's phone. How that works is the user's cell phone will say, hey, you have a new voicemail, but their phone will never ring. Now, what do you think the open rate is on that voicemail? People will open it up, they'll listen to it, they'll think, wow, that's amazing. That owner personally called me to thank me for coming to that restaurant. He left me a voicemail. That's amazing. And that's just one of the examples that we're going to be training on in the academy. not only the new academy, but also the blueprint that I mentioned is coming out, or the boot camp, sorry, that's coming out soon, where I'm going to go through the all the sessions and everything like that. So this will be available to you, but now the templates are available to you right now. So you can jump in there and check it out. Let me just show you live on Zapier where that is and how to find that. So if you go to Zapier.com and you click on, learn more about My Wi-Fi Networks, you'll see over here. Now, I don't want to mention that we integrate with thousands of apps. Here's just an example of the ones that you can go create yourself. So any of these, as you go through these flows, you can set up, match the variables. Usually it's first name, last name, email, phone number, gender, birthday, different data like that you can easily take and transfer over. But what's cool is that we now have these templates. The templates, the reason they're different is that everything is all pre-set up for you. So as you can see here, we have all these templates linked. We have a whole bunch more. We have about 65 that are currently being reviewed by Zapier. And as soon as they're approved, they're going to go live here. But quick example, if I wanted to set something up really automated, and let's say I wanted to do a Slack integration, everything is set up for me. So as you can see here, when I load this up, click on new trigger, I can test this automation. Yep, and the way you get your Zapier key is right inside your control panel, inside your branding section is the main API key. And then you choose the name, because now this will now be available as a drop down inside your platform. So we'll do Zapier tests, Wi-Fi Wednesday, April 17th, just so I remember what it is. And then everything's automatically set. So it pulls the examples automatically. You can check for more, but honestly, it's just a straight up sample that's pulled from our database. So here you see the last user that it's connected to that. If you want somebody else, you can pull somebody else. And then this is all set up. Send a new message. Click on continue. You choose exactly which Slack account you want to link up to. And even the message itself is pre-canned. So this person, email connected at this time, on this device, at this location, and then again laid out for you. And you can go in and change any of this if you want. You can do some advanced options if you want. But what's really cool is that the hard work has already been done for you. Okay, and this is the case for all of the templates in Zapier. Really easy to use and now live in the platform. So as well, I want to talk about pricing, because I know that we recently redesigned how all the pricing looks, and I had a lot of questions about that. So I do want to make sure that I cover or answer any questions you have about pricing. I want to mention that if you have a specific personal pricing plan, if you're like on an old plan or you have a unique case, I'm not going to answer that here publicly. You need to send a private message to support. So chat with our support team or email support@mywifi.io. If it's a finance issue, you can email finance@mywifinetworks.com. Either way, it's going to come to our finance team, and we will be happy to help you out on a personal level. But to mention, pricing has been updated in the sense of the way that it's been laid out. And we've also launched a new scale plan. So I'm going to explain exactly what that scale plan is today. Those that potentially want to upgrade to that, there are some massive advantages that we've never really before made available. We actually used to reserve these features for people who were paying us $2,500 or more per month. So if you work that out on an annual basis, $2,500 a month ends up being about $30K. So you guys remember, or those who have been with us for a few months, we had that other enterprise column listed. This is not quite enterprise, but it's almost everything that we offer with the enterprise plan, available at a much more cost-effective price point of $4.99 a month. Okay, and to explain really how all this works, let me just pull up the actual pricing page on our website. I find that that's the easiest way to review things. So we'll start on the Connect plan. So the Connect plan here, it's $99 per month. It includes up to 5 locations that contain 10 access points total. So these are totals across your entire platform. I'll talk about in a second what happens if you go over these limits. So the Connect plan really includes all the core features of the system. If you want to learn more about them, all these you can hover on, so you can learn more about each one of these. In addition, I should mention, all of these features are fully explained inside our new website. So if you really wanted to learn more about anything in our system, make sure you browse our new website at mywifinetworks.com. But specifically about the pricing, the white label, all the white label features are included, 100% white label, your own brand, your own custom footers, domains, support links, everything's hosted on Amazon. And to be honest, for $99, your hosting will be more expensive if you tried anything on Amazon. So this is obviously a really good deal. And it also includes all the Wi-Fi analytics. It includes all the splash page features, with the exception of some of the more advanced features that we have here. So that's what's included on the Connect plan. It's great for people who are just getting started with Wi-Fi marketing. If you're an individual location or you just require a legally compliant guest network, for example, if you're not collecting data, you just have like a login now, agree to terms that most places have, and a lot of doctors' offices actually work that way. So this $99 a month plan is more than suitable for what you need to do. If you do a lot of marketing automation, if you use Zapier, like I just talked about, if you do want to have access to our ad server, if you want to have access to sub-users and clients, which are very important, obviously the scheduled reports and the ability to give your clients access to view their own reports and make changes to their campaigns and do all that fun stuff, you're going to need at least the Automate plan. So this is great for any real businesses, agencies, even solopreneurs or marketers that have a few clients, obviously with the need to have sub-users and all these additional features. It does come at a higher price point, but it has tremendous value. So it has everything that the Connect plan has, in addition to these 3 advanced features: the ad server, the automation triggers, and the ad retargeting, the integration with Facebook audiences. Now, this also includes all the automation triggers, connect, disconnect, birthday, inactive filters, and delays, and also the client access, which is sub-users, has the new automated reports, allows you to create groups and organize your client locations and give access to different users with different access levels to different users, change all the settings, allow your users to change the settings themselves on their devices to set the throttling and all that stuff. They can schedule their own campaigns. And very soon, we're going to be offering localization to these sub-user accounts. So next week, everything will be available on the location center in Spanish. And very shortly, we're going to follow up with French, and we're going to have any other Portuguese we're going to have. So those are the 3 that we're starting with. Spanish coming first, then French, then Portuguese. If you have another specific request for the location dashboard, obviously with a business case, we will be more than happy to include your language on that. Now, finally, the new scale plan is what's very different. So obviously you got a bump in locations, you got a bump in access points, you get a ton of automations, but here are the real key features that you get. So you get a master reseller account, which I'm going to tell you all about in just a second. This is the ability for you to enable and provision your own white label accounts whenever you'd like. We also give you specific sales training, so white label sales training, collateral videos, and more to help you sell. This will be specific to reselling white label accounts and reselling to different agencies. So if you're looking to get into that business model, I think there's a ton of money to be made selling to other resellers just like you, and being that expert that provisions the white label for them. You become the My Wi-Fi Networks in a way. And we're going to teach you exactly how to do that, how to run your own webinars and all that. We also provide you guys with priority support. So this is a direct phone number you can call, and a one-on-one screen share. If you have a problem, you need some help with something, we're going to prioritize that and get on a Zoom call or make sure that you have that handheld support that you need. Obviously, we cannot provide that kind of level of support to everybody, especially on a $99 plan. Unfortunately, we have a ton of clients, and with all due respect, we'd be happy to help you and chat with you. But as far as jumping on phone calls and helping with installs, we have to reserve that for a higher price plan where we can really keep the integrity of that support and make sure that that quality of support is up to par of what the people who are paying the $499 plus are receiving. So all that, in addition to unbranded resources, like I kind of mentioned, we teach you how to use it, then we give you all the resources yourself, a whole clone of our support desk, in addition to a clone of the new academy that we're coming out with. So you'll be able to have your own little training center that you can use to train your sales reps. And this is, again, hyper valuable, especially if you're selling to other agencies. Okay, now I just want to mention this master reseller feature is the biggest feature. It's, it probably should be more than one bullet point, to be honest, because it just provides so much value. Now, actually, before I get onto that scale plan, I just want to mention that, over here on the Connect or the Automate, you have a limit of 5, here of 20, and here of 50. Now, what happens if you go over your limits? So we have these add-ons that automatically kick in if you go over your limits. So on any plan, this includes the Connect, Automate, and Scale plan, whether it's $99, $299, or $499 is your base price. If you go over your limit, it's $10 a month per location. It's $5 a month per device. It's all prorated. So if you turn this on with 2 days left, you're not going to be charged $10. You're going to be charged $1 or whatever that it actually prorates out to down to the minute. So our billing system handles all the logic of this to make it really fair to you guys. So it's really pay as you go. In addition, any additional automations are priced at 0.5 cents each. Obviously, if you have thousands or millions, we can work with you on that price. And we also have our DNS filter available, safe search content filters and malware blockers. We're going to be releasing that shortly, starting at $50 a month, in addition to email broadcasts and MMS broadcast services. All right, but most importantly, these top over here are what is how it's all going to work. And for example, if you're in your dashboard over here, you can see if you go to my account and my plan, you'll see exactly what plan you're subscribed to. So it'll show your current plan, what the plan name is, how much you're paying per month, when your next bill will be, when your next bill will happen, and you can obviously cancel right there. And over here, I blew it up over here on the bottom. It shows you what your location limit is. So the Automate plan has a limit of 20. If you go over your limit, in this case, this user went over their limit. They have 21 locations. They're paying an additional fee of $10 per month. So it's $309 per month is their total charge, prorated to the actual limit. So you can turn locations on and off on the overages, and you'll only be billed for the exact time that you're using it. Okay, so this is great for events. If you want to turn an event on and off, this is how you do it. Okay, so all this is now automated. And I think this is really fair because it allows anyone who wants to scale, you know your base cost for the platform, you know what you have included with that. If you go over that, you have an actual number to use in your metrics when you're scaling, when you're selling to businesses. And I should mention, you could have one location here for additional location and additional device, $15 max, and you can resell that for $100 to $400 easy when compared to the alternatives. So now that you know your hard costs moving forward, you'll be able to scale your business appropriately. And this is available on all plans currently and now live. And if you upgrade to the scale plan, this is what the master reseller feature will give you. So you'll have a little button in your dashboard, which will allow you to create a new account. That new account is essentially an entirely new white label instance. So it's just like a mirrored version of the current account you have. Obviously not all the data, it's just the platform itself. It'll create an entirely new company. You set your own subdomain, you have your email, your password, your time zone, and then you select which plan you want to have your clients on. You can choose to provision a connect plan or an automate plan. Your account will automatically be billed for this. So it just add another subscription to your account for this, but your client will never see that. They'll never get a bill. You'll be able to provision this for your client without them knowing that My Wi-Fi still exists. And new to this is a new base pay-as-you-go reseller plan. So this is only available to those that are already on a scale plan. So to mention, if you're on a scale plan, you have access to 50 locations, 100 access points for your account. So this will be specific to your scale account. Usually our clients have a generic brand like Acme Agency is your agency. So you use this account for the clients that you take on direct. Any other client that comes to you and says, hey, can I get my own white label? Be like, of course you can. You can get it for $99 per month minimum. Obviously, you mark this up to $500 or $1,000 to the client, and then it's pay as you go based on $10 per location and access point. All right, so that is now live. If you guys have any questions or if you want to upgrade to a scale plan, shoot us a note in support. I'd be happy to talk to you about that and how it all works. And let me actually just show you a little bit of the details that you get inside a master reseller account. So just give me 1 second. I'm gonna get that on my screen. All right, so as a master reseller, you'll see this tab over here, master reseller. So you, a lot of your accounts, you only have dashboard and down, okay? If you get a master reseller account, you're gonna have this new tab over there. Now, what this is gonna have is stats across your entire network. This is just a demo account, so you're not gonna see much in here. But it's going to show you a global view of all the stats across all of the clients in your network. So this is every individual white label account. If you're setting up a major network and you have multiple white labels, this is very valuable information for you. In addition to the account section here, you can see your current accounts, how many locations they have, how many devices they have, total locations and active locations, devices, what email they use. You can turn them on and off if they stop paying you. You can also SSO right into that location. So over here, I can dive right in. Oh, I actually don't have this set up. My apologies, but you can dive right in via SSO to that client, and you can add a new account here really easily and then manage it directly just like that. So this is a great way if you want to resell actual accounts for you to do that in the platform. Like I mentioned, stay tuned for more. We got a lot more lined up for next week. We have the Spanish dashboard hopefully being launched, which is going to be huge for a lot of our Latin America partners and people all over the world. I think this is a real big impact for your business specifically, because now when you give sub-user access, they will be able to manage things in their own language. We also have a new campaign editor that I've teased you guys about for a bit. It's going to include new layouts, new features, the ability to reorder elements on the thank you page, and a whole bunch of really cool things that'll make your campaigns and whole Wi-Fi experience look really unique. As mentioned, if you guys have any specific questions about your account, please chat with support. We're available at wifisupportdesk.com or right in our dashboard. Just log right in and chat with us. We'll be more than happy to help you. If you have a issue or a question or problem, be as descriptive as possible so that initially when we come to your ticket or question, that we can give you the best response and obviously guide you in the best way. Thanks to everyone who has joined us live, and thanks to everyone who watched the replay. And also thank you just generally for being a client. We do really appreciate it. And we look forward to helping you scale your Wi-Fi business. That being said, again, if you guys have any questions about the scale plan or want to upgrade, just hit me up on support. You don't need to chat with me to upgrade. You can one-click upgrade yourself in the dashboard. But if you have any questions, we'll be happy to help you. Thanks, everyone. Take care, and we'll talk soon.